Hey folks, Rob here bringing you another unbagging. This one's going to be Action Pack number 19, Roads to Rangoon. So we're going to have 3 map boards, 10 new scenarios from this last purchase from CASLO. And this one actually Dave bought. So I'm going to open it up, see what's inside, and let's have a go. All right, so let's see. So here are the credits. Scenario designs by Gary Fortenberry, map designs by Fortenberry. Charles Kibler did a lot of the map art and the usual playtesting. Long list of people, several clubs included, and of course, proving is all done by mostly the MMP guys. Class is in there as well. Okay. All right. Boards we'll get to later. And we'll have a quick look at the scenarios. All right, kicking the teeth. So these are all probably going to be PTO based, I assume. And we have Japanese versus British, and it is a Fortenberry board. Imagine that. 5.5 turns, 8 squads versus 11. So very small scenario, 5.5 turns. Good tournament size. I think most of the action pack tend to be that kind, anyways. Only have 3 SSRs, which is very manageable. And though I don't know what board 20 is. It actually comes in this pack, so it's going to have a look at that one in a bit. And the British do get 3 tanks along with their 11 squads, so should be interesting one. 206 Jungle Rats looks to be another Fortenberry board with a weird configuration. I assume this is going to be some kind of river system over here that's blocked off because it's a very weird orientation that is masked off. And this one's going to be a bit larger, 6.5 turns. British are attacking into the Japanese, and the Japanese have 10 squads with some fortifications and guns, roadblocks, 3 tanks. And you have 15 British squads with some engineers and tanks attacking at them, as well as 3 a little bit longer SSRs. Cool. Jungle Rats, 206. 207, we're going to use most of 2 boards. 7.5 turns, another Fortenberry design. Commonwealth attacking into the Japanese once more. I sense a theme here. 7.5 turns. And again, you're looking at just over 10 squads for the Japanese, defending against 15 Commonwealth guys coming in, Scottish, and Gurkhas as well. Very nice. 4 SSRs. And it looks like we have, instead of OBA, we actually have registered artillery strikes. So rather than doing the whole OBA thing, we just slap down artillery strike, resolve it, and basically resolve an FFE 1 and 2, and then you're done, I guess. That's one way to do it, I guess. Number 208, line driven. We got 4 overlays on board 14 alpha, 5.5 turns. Variable troop counts with several reinforcements for the Japanese on first and third turns. And this time we're looking at 16 Japanese squads defending against 20-ish or so British, who have 4 tanks coming on in turn 1. Or actually, no, sorry, they're set up. We have Gurkhas that are come on turn 1 in help out the attackers. 8 Gurkha squads. Jesus, that's going to hurt. Bang and Claw, 209. Board 15 alpha, and we have 10 versus 9 squads. This time the Japanese are on the attack. 3 very short SSRs, including night rules. And Stealthy Japanese versus normal Commonwealth. I imagine it's going to be interesting for the Commonwealth to fend these off. You have second line Commonwealth versus 9 first line 447 Japanese who are stealthy. I assume it's going to be a lot of dense terrain with the one overlay as well. X22 is, I believe X series of overlays are buildings. And rice paddies are drains, so it should be interesting. I don't know much about PTO terrain, so it's... yeah, Axis versus Commonwealth in Burma. Axis versus Commonwealth. So I guess this is some combination of not Japanese per se, but maybe there are some Japanese elements and some Burma Independence Army. Okay, interesting. Oh yeah, okay, so Burma Independence Army units are partisans. That's interesting. Burmese partisans fighting with the Japanese against the Commonwealth. Looking at about 15 or so squads for the Axis and 10 coming on for the Commonwealth with 5 tanks. 209? No, we did already. Doomed and the Damned. Now this one looks familiar. This is Burma 42. This one looks very familiar. I think this was one of the scenarios that was being played at CASLO. We never played it. It wasn't on my choice. I didn't choose any of the ones that were PTO except for the one Buckley's Charge, I think it was called. I ignored I didn't play any of the PTO ones, so... the Doomed and the Damned. We're looking at 6.5 turns. And we got 9 Chinese with 3 tanks versus 14 Japanese squads. And the Japanese do have air support as well. Yeah, that's right. This is one of the ones that was there. We never played. Independence Delayed, AP 212. And again, we're going to have the Axis versus Commonwealth, a mix of Burma and Japanese. 15 squads versus 14. And the Commonwealth does have 6 tanks to sweeten the pot. So it's probably going to be interesting. 15 partisan squads with some Japanese leaders and 15 second line Commonwealth units. Uh, 213, and we have very small with 4.5 turns. Looks like we have some low visibility, and we're only looking at 6 Japanese versus 10 British units, and so we're going to use half aboard 2-1 Alpha. And lastly, we have Gun and Run. Good name. There is a crap load of overlays. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 overlays aboard 9 Alpha. This almost necessitates its own board. Definitely something for doing in Vassal, not so much a actual board. There'd be too much sticky to worry about for that. And OB wise, you're looking at 6 British squads, well, Commonwealth. Those are Gurkhas and 2 tanks versus 8 Japanese with 5 of their own tanks and a couple of those bicycles or horses. Cavalry, this is horses. Interesting. Oh, one leader on a horse. Interesting. One Japanese leader must set up on a horse. Okay, cool. All right, let's look at the boards. So these are, as we know, the Fortenberries. So this is a 2-2A, and then on the back you have 2-2 Bravo. They're exactly the same, except the lettering is different. It goes from Q to GG, and on this side you have A to Q. Very dense terrain. Again, this is the one board. If you remember, there was this area here masked off. so you only play on the one side of it. So I do love these kinds of boards. They add a very different theme to it rather than the standard geo board where you only see like half of the board. And because of the nature of this, you can take a standard geo board and map it up, butt the edge up to the side. So it's a lot of flexibility to a geo board configuration. 22 alpha, very nice. And 21 alpha, same thing again. Very interesting combination of features over here. Brush on a hill makes it very difficult to come up this way. With all the grain and visibility, this is probably going to be a good PTO board. Once more, you're going to have to imagine brushes. I forget what brush is, but grain is kunai, which is treated as brush. Brush is something else, which is treated as whatever. I think it's bamboo. I believe brush is treated as bamboo, which is inherent. So it's all over the place. And then orchards are palm trees. So again, it would be nice if PTO had their own boards, so you don't have to imagine the terrain so much. And with CASLO, you do have the ability to convert some of the terrain to those kinds of features, but that's CASLO. It doesn't do you much good when you're playing physical boards and counters. But I do like this board. This one's not too bad. This is hell terrain to try and navigate through, though. Right, and 20 alpha. Very interesting board. Again, I like this one. You have the nice river. Nice variation to it. You can map up a river board, but an edge up right over here, and another one over here for some farmland, or just have some kind of little village surrounded by the river. Very evocative, is that the word? Make a little bridge over here. Very cool. I really, really like these style of boards. And again, you could also map up two of these boards together, so you have very nice looking terrain itself. And so there we have action pack number 19, Roads to Rangoon. Again, all PTO themed scenarios, all pretty well tournament size, as well as 3 of the large double wide boards. Very cool scenario pack. You can see the back. There's a nice summation of the 3 boards, as well as a list of all the different scenarios. This was actually not purchased by Dave. I was wrong. This is a door prize. One of the ones that were available to any of the tournament attendees. So swag available to you guys that entered the tournament. And it's going to be a nice one to add to the pack. Maybe not the scenarios, because Dave and I were... not that we don't like PTO. It's just not our favorite. Dave really loves the desert. I'm okay with the desert, but not my favorite. But European is just, I don't know, it's just something about European action that, especially Eastern Front, maybe Northwest France area is pretty good too. That's just more appealing to us in general, and of course the desert. So, but Roads to Rangoon action pack number 19, fleshing out those scenarios bit by bit, adding it to the pile. Let me know what you guys think. See you guys in the next video. Bye.